Have you seen the cap buffs but you still suck? Do you want to run an absolute mockery on the enemy backlines but you don't know how? Well, I'm going to show you. I reached Eternity last season playing only Captain America, and I've learned strategies on almost every single map which have helped me run circles around the enemies. Now, I'm not going into general advice in this video, and if you want to learn the fundamentals, watch my last video. In that, I go over basic text to help you hit the ground running on your cap journey. Anyway, before we start, I stream my cap gameplay every single day on Twitch, and I do 10 push-ups per follower and 30 per sub, so do go drop by. Now, as I stated last time, the first step to playing Captain America is learning the animation cancel. You can watch any of the millions of YouTube videos on how to do this, but you need to get it down in order to compete in competitive matches. The next step is to only dive if you have a way of getting out, or if you can survive using all of your movement abilities. If you slam in but don't have your dash to get out, you die. Simple as. In lower ranks you might survive or survive longer, but generally it won't work as you climb, so don't get used to it. Save those movement abilities and get out. Anyway, the reason that you actually clicked on this video, what do you do on each map? Well, there are some maps that are really good and some that are really bad for cap. Some of the best from what I've seen are Yggdrasil Path Convoy, Spider Islands Convoy, Central Park, the Wakanda Hybrid map, Hell's Haven, specifically the Eldritch Monument Point, and from what I've seen he's pretty alright in Krakoa. Cap just absolutely thrives where there's open space. If the map forces the enemies to clump up like this point in Hell's Haven, cap doesn't really work because you can't get into the backline without taking tons of pressure. I will say that cap can work on any map in the game, and it more so depends on what the enemy team comp is, but I'll get into that later. But for now, I'll show you map specific strats, so listen up. One of the best maps is Yggdrasil Path. When attacking, you should flank the left side like I do here and throw your shield at the enemies who are always holding that first corner. This gets their attention, which is exactly what you want without you getting into their face yet. At this point, a few of them should turn around to look at you, but they likely won't follow. Then you flank around the statue and start beating the shit out of the nearest support that you can find. In this situation, you should still have both of your movement abilities, so getting out shouldn't be an issue. I've done this exact strat so many times while climbing, and it always works to draw attention and help my team melt their front line. Because remember, it's not all about kills playing cap. If you have 3 of them on you, then your team's fighting a 5v3, which they should win easily. And the longer you hold their backline's attention, the better. Also, when defending on this map, you should position yourself on the flank stairs to easily jump onto the backline once the enemies start pushing the payload. Staying here does also help mark potential flankers who tend to go around the side of the map, so it's a win-win. Anyway, the next map is the Wakanda Hybrid map, which I think is also absolutely amazing for cap. When defending, this high ground is your best friend. What you want to do is let the enemy tanks walk up main, and once they've gotten to point, you need to jump their backline. Doing this either forces their tanks to walk back to peel or die on point as you have their supports in a chokehold. And if they keep walking main, just keep doing this. Disrupt their pushes and make space over and over and over. And if they do cap first point, the second point is also amazing for cap. Here there is so much open space that you can absolutely abuse, because odds are the enemies are going to split up in this entire massive area, so you have plenty of room to jump onto an enemy support and get out when you're low. And honestly, attacking this map is even better. I genuinely don't think I've lost a single attack playing Captain America on this first point. Most supports tend to hold on the back of the point or on the high ground, which are both really easy to reach. In both situations, take these left side flank stairs to find the supports. If they're on the high ground, just flank around the bridge and engage them from behind. Rockets do also tend to leave their respawns here, so you can clear that while also pressuring the supports off of the high ground. And once they're on point, you can jump on them without using any ability cooldowns, which will force them all off of point and make their team crumble. I've genuinely capped this first point before without my team even killing theirs. We get so much space that they can't even get back to the point to touch, so try this in your ranked games, trust me. Now the same defense strat that I just went over works on Central Park too. On defense, hold the high ground as they push into main and jump their backline. While the enemy supports are focused on you, their tanks should just fold without any main heals on them. On both of the maps I've just spoken about, it is best to have the bridges broken to prevent any chance of you getting caught on it while trying to dash out. Another amazing map for Captain America is Spider Islands. Here, when attacking, I always flank around the left side, which you can get across with your dash. Now this positions you behind where the enemies are set up, which completely divides their attention, plus there are tons of health packs here. There's one by the flank where you came from, one in the little room by main, and one outside that same room. If you get low, you have so much opportunity to get back to full health and maintain pressure in their backline. And defending on this map as cap also works really well. Just position yourself on any of the millions of high grounds and do what you always do, harass their supports. In this game I was on them 24/7 and their frontline just could not survive. On the Eldritch Monument Point on Hell's Haven, there's tons of space between the point and where the backline hold, so you can easily run in and harass their backline with loads of space to get out to. Generally, if the map has a lot of open space, it will lend itself to the enemies splitting up, and when they're split up, cap works so well. Because if you can find split up supports and jump on them consistently, the entire enemy team will have a tough time. But if there are low roofs, tight alleys and few flank spots, then cap will struggle. And like I said earlier, cap can work on any map, and it really more so depends on what the enemies run. They have torch, They have Emma, they have Thing, they have... Oh, are we being dead ass? Now that Emma Frost is out, I've realised that she absolutely bodies Captain America. Her diamond form grab and slam barely require her to aim at all and has a decent range, so if you get anywhere near her, you'll likely die instantly. Like, Emma herself does a lot of damage, but if the enemies see you getting choked out and body slammed, they're going to shoot you too, meaning that you will just get blown up. Seriously, try stay away from Emma because she is disgusting. The Thing also messes you up because of his Earthbound, which stops all movement abilities, so if the enemies run an Emma plus Thing, you might be cooked. And when it comes to DPS, you just need to look out for stuns. If the enemies have a Wolverine grab, Hella stun, a Widow kick, Bucky hook, Wonder stun, Squirrel Gull nut, you need to be careful. In lower ranks they might miss these, but in higher ranks they're going to hit these stuns consistently. And once the enemies see you stunned, you're going to get melted, so be careful. Oh bro, please stop double stunning me. Oh my god, so many stuns, are we being for real? If you want to be a goated Captain America, you also need to be really good with the shield. And you want to know why? Because it deflects. The main use for this deflect are for Magneto's ult and Iron Man's ult, since both of these two are fairly easy to track and deflect. And you're not playing Genji, it's not about getting killed with the deflect, it's about blocking damage for your team. Now, I'd only recommend doing this if you know that you can get the deflect off, because if the Iron Man ult or Mag ult go to your side or behind you, then you'll take the full damage and likely die. You can also deflect things like Groot's ultimate, so if you know that he's going to use it, it's worth shielding in his face. Now, beside the deflect, the shield itself is actually really tanky. If you see a Star-Lord ulting, for example, take his aggro as much as possible and hold that shield up, because you'll be absolutely surprised by how much damage you'll soak with it. Use that shield to keep your team alive and more importantly, keep yourself alive. And if you want to see the best uses for it, just watch good Captain America gameplay. Cap isn't like other heroes. He doesn't require aim or much mechanical skill at all. It's all game sense, positioning, and ability usage, so watching solid Cap players like myself will make a huge difference to your gameplay. And for that reason, go drop by the Twitch, go drop me a follow, and come watch. Anyway, that's all for me. Go like, comment, and subscribe for the algorithm, and I'll see you later. Bye bye!